The bus is late, and this is who's here. They need time to set up crimes where I'm going. They're remotely controlling my phone and viewing what can view where I'm going.
Right there.
This is the time right here, and I was supposed to be be there at 12:28,
Let me set this up right.
according to these directions. Oh, I guess you're late because I've been out there like almost 30 minutes.
Yes, I am late.
Okay. Oh, it's not telling us where the what stops we're at. Can you tell me where Hemphill and Orleander is? Because it's not working properly to let me know what stops.
It is working properly. There's no stop for me on this street right here. That's why I'm not saying.
Houston and 9.
Okay, you passed bus stops and I'm just now hearing it. Okay, as long as it's working. So you're saying that it's no stop at Hemphill and Oleander? Because they printed out a street. We're saying that there's a stop at that location. I'm sorry? Sir? Bus driver.
Houston
Yes,
is 11.
Yes, passenger.
The Hemphill and Oleander, the stop.
What about it?
Can you let me know where it is?
I think I do that.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe I think you may announce it, but
Okay, well if it announces it, then that's good.
Houston and 4.
They arrested me trying to I don't know what's going on with the CPS case. They won't tell me about it, and I keep reporting crimes to CPS, and I have the information that I was contacting CPS, and they won't take the report. I wrote them in jail, and I have that information in the lady's name, and she would not take the report of the crimes that were happening at CPS.
Okay, you said, who's the person involved? Is it your husband?
It's a stalker that I met online. His name is Jason Gardner.
Okay. Carter?
Gardner, Gardner. Gardner.
And his date of birth?
No, once again, I was at CPS. Let me give you the information so you can see it. Hold on. Okay, so right here, you can see this arrest. Right here is at CPS. They came in and gave me a criminal trespass at CPS. And then when I was in jail, they withheld all programs, and that's what that's about.
Where were you when they said that you were criminally trespassing?
That was CPS. That's that location.
Oh, okay.
So here this is where they withheld programs, so re-entry programs, so I can get housed and all kind of other things. And then lied about it. They wouldn't take reports of abuse I experienced in jail. They had me in maximum security and isolated me. They wouldn't let me go out to rec and be around other inmates. Mm-hmm. And then they were scamming with inmates. I got threatened in jail, and guards covered for it. Mm-hmm. I would tell people about my abuse, and then they called security, and then guards would tell me, don't talk about it. So this is where it says, let me give you the multiple different, these are all the court dates that I couldn't go to. I don't know what happened when I got out of jail. I barely knew because I couldn't go to court.
Okay, and who has your daughter right now?
She's with her dad on false pretenses. I had a false arrest in Itasca. Okay. April 28th of 2018. She witnessed my false arrest, screaming and terror, and they've been scamming ever since, so they arrested me at CPS to enforce it.
Okay.
So I just got out of jail the other day, and I've been terrorized. Police have came to interrupt me at hotel stays, 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I had paid for a hotel room at Holiday Inn Express, mm-hmm. and was terrified for my life, and they would not honor the hotel stay that I paid for.
Okay.
So I have to call and try to get credit because I paid for a hotel room that they would not let me get.
Did they refund you?
No. I did it online. I have a confirmation number and everything, and I have the video where they wouldn't let me check out the hotel room. I prearranged and booked online.
And why did you go to CPS? Did you speak about your daughter's case because you missed those court dates?
No, I'm not. The corruption's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just want to talk about that? Okay.
Yeah, because I got to report the child abuse because they've been committing crimes ever since, and and then right here I get gang stalked, and police won't do law enforcement. So the gang stalker would come all times of the night and spray ammonia around my tent, and my lungs would burn. Mm-hmm. And then he pulled a gun on me and pulled the trigger.
Wow.
Yeah, but thank God it didn't have bullets. The police wouldn't take the report. Mm-hmm. So then there was glass up under my tent. There was a black widow's fire placed in front of my tent. I got some new clothes. Someone came into my tent, sprayed ammonia on my tent, and they faded. I had earrings. Someone came in my tent, stole earrings, and they started all kind of petty thefts. And then they would even wear and use my things in front of me. And there was nothing I can do. But here's the police report where I was reporting that, and they really didn't investigate it. And this is the custody agreement. The dad made false statements to the family court. They enlisted him. He's like special needs for because he had a stroke.
Okay.
And he made false statements to the family court, and the family court won't do anything regarding the false statements made.
And is it the father that's abusing the child?
The stepmom had bruises on her September 24th, 2011. Then February of 2018, my daughter reported abuse. Then and again, April of 2022. The police department and CPS has covered for all of it.
Okay.
And then let me show you the letter from the CPS worker that I mailed to that internal affairs to report all these crimes. The family court let this lady disappear. The CPS worker and other conspirators disappear that set up for my rights to get terminated out of malice. And I reported it to CPS when I was in jail, and they covered for it.
Supposed to have supervised visits?
I'm supposed to have access to full custody of my child, but they scammed, so I couldn't have the custody. So now that he has full custody, and they won't do law enforcement to keep my daughter safe. So they don't want me to have custody of my child for profit. So they won't take any interference with child custody crimes, which happens to be a state jail felony, and making false statements to a family court. They won't investigate it and have even detained me and set me up trying to get access to my child. So they set up for supervised visits 2019 and won't, no one will adhere to them, and it was 2023. So my kids are scared. I've been around my daughter average of like 3 hours for 5 years. My other son, my oldest son, probably an hour for like 5-6 years. And then my middle child, I've been around him maybe an hour or so. Because my son got hit with a car and the police covered for it. He went outside briefly to take out the trash just for a few minutes, and there was a car waiting on him and hit him with a car. And he saw the police come and cover for him. Cover for that hit and run, and he was 15. So we all fear our safety. I've tried to get in witness protection and can't. And I've been trying to escape the abuse for like 5 years.
Okay, and what's happening currently with Jason?
He's setting all of it up. He's a gang stalker. Well, he's a stalker, and he's setting up for. He's the one that's setting it up.
Okay. When was the last contact you've had with him?
I don't contact him. He has people contact me, like the police department come interrupt, like they just did last night. They stalk me, and they stalk me in a multitude of locations. And they break into my phone, cyber crimes. They have people threaten me, harass me. I've been ran off roads, trapped on trains, and all kinds of things. So I don't feel safe because I can't get law enforcement. Yeah. Because he's controlling them.
Okay. And you said you met him online?
Yeah, I believe that's where I met him, to my knowledge, and So I tried to get protection orders, and the police come there and pushing and shoving me at multiple different locations. So I was forced to live in a tent because I couldn't get help, afraid for my life. And you heard what happened in the tent community. He's spraying ammonia that could kill me. My face was broken out. People said, "You look sick. You don't look good." And I tried to get help on the Parkland van and couldn't. They schemed so I couldn't get medical treatment at a multitude of locations.
Okay, I can definitely give you places for medical treatment. Okay.
Mental?
Medical.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Do you need the water or anything?
I would like a water and, shelter and like advocacy and support, because I fear my safety.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, thank you. Now this house, she said I can definitely get you medical treatment, all the things, chaos I reported, and that's the only thing that she's concerned about is the medical treatment. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, this is really cold. Okay, so technically, since you have had no contact with Jason and you're not in a relationship with him, it's not what we serve. But I wanted to make sure I give you resources for legal, shelter, all of that stuff.
You come to deny me services, ma'am, because out of this experience, I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings. And for 5 years, people have conned and schemed to deprive me of assistance. If the police are falsely arresting me and you're conning to keep me from getting services like they've done years, that's criminal. You said your name is Mackenzie?
Yeah.
And this is One Safe Haven?
No, this is One Safe Place.
One Safe Place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so One Safe Haven is different.
Safe Haven is different, yeah.
Okay, so is there a particular reason why you won't advocate and get me in a safe environment?
So we only work with domestic violence victims.
That is, stalking is a form of domestic violence. And if police came in here and told you to conspire to keep me from my rights and keep me in abuse, that's a crime. And I've been stuck in a tent for like 5 years that people have been conning and scheming so to make it impossible for me to get help. I tried to get in witness protection, assaulted and arrested me at a domestic violence support group. And each year they have a con that is some particular place that I can never find to get help. I go through all these places and cons. I haven't got the help for 5 years. My life was in jeopardy, and I'm at a domestic violence location, and they sat there and looked at me get assaulted and arrested. You're conning me like they have for 5 years. I think the police came and told you not to give me services, and then you want to conspire with my abuse.
I don't work directly with police. I don't.
Well, you're not being honest. I'd like to speak with your supervisor, because if my life is in jeopardy, you have no right to turn me down. You didn't give me legal advocacy or any of that.
Well, I'm about to give you legal help.
Here at this location.
We don't provide any legal help.
You didn't give me a safe phone number, a phone that I can call that's safe. You didn't get me in a safe environment. You didn't contact police to get me in witness protection. You didn't do a protection
I'll
order.
get my supervisor.
You didn't get a protection order. You didn't do any of that. There's no computer in here. They put me in this room, knowing full blown well that they weren't going to help me. No computer, no phone. This is a waiting area. They came outside in Irvin, wouldn't even let me in the building at a domestic violence location. I sat at the bus stop for 3 hours. The bus never came. Then they conned that there's someone did a bomb threat at the school nearby, and that's why the bus shut down for 3 hours. Because I kept experiencing this chaos, I just went on to Louisiana to ask him personally. And that's what's on his YouTube channel. I mean, not YouTube, yeah, the YouTube channel. So this is my experience. How are you expectation to help someone and there's no phone or computer to help? It's a con, like it's been 5 years. So for 5 years, they all refer me to another location. 5 years. And the location that helps me, I haven't been able to find for 5 years. Every location wants to give you resources to the locations that will never help you. So what's supposed to be happening is she's supposed to be placing me in a safe environment, but they're told prearranged not to. I saw police flashing their badges and then threatening ID to enforce that these people commit these crimes at Parkland Hospital. They started bullying the employees at Parkland Hospital to commit crimes.
Jessica.
Okay.
I am the advocacy coordinator here.
Okay.
Mackenzie, should you like to speak to a supervisor?
Yeah, I want to be placed in a safe environment in this location. And for 5 years, Mosiac, I was arrested and assaulted at New Beginnings, and all these locations are conning. I want to get help. I fear my safety. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to a computer. She didn't get me in a safe environment. She didn't call the police. She didn't do a safety plan. She didn't give me legal advocacy. She didn't give me a phone.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you for a second. So here at One Safe Place, we're a family justice center. So that means we connect clients to the services they need. We have a lot of partner agencies who we refer out to. We do not have a shelter in this location. We don't have a shelter through our agency at all. So that's not something we could provide for you right here and now.
We didn't get on the phone. We didn't get on the phone to do any of that. She didn't advocate for me. She didn't give me any information.
I'm going to backtrack a little again.
Okay.
And so in order for us to do that, there would have to be an intimate partner who you've had an intimate relationship with, who has hurt you. And it sounds like this individual is harassing you online, correct?
No. What constitutes for stalking? How do you qualify? Because I haven't qualified for 5 years.
So I'm not illegal.
Well, you're denying me services, so what?
I'm gonna provide you with all the services that Mackenzie has gathered that we
But
have.
not refer me to someone else. I mean, the services that you offer here. This man, we had an online relationship. I met him
So
in
those
person.
are the services we offer here, and we can give you that. We can give you the safety plan that we provide.
And I would like to get on the phone and then get law
Who do you
enforcement.
need?
I would like to get on the phone and get to a computer and get advocacy.
Okay, so we don't have a computer that we can give to clients. Like,
So this is what do you do here?
So we, like I said, we serve victims of domestic violence.
Okay, so the only thing that you do is tell them to go somewhere else?
It depends on what services they're needing specifically. In terms of the services, it sounds like you're needing, which is legal for a stalking
I want to know
case.
because for 5 years, every location has gone and told me to go to other locations and scheme to violate
So
my
this
rights.
isn't a shelter, so that's one
I
thing.
want to know what you offer here while I caught the bus here and it was not easy. So what do you offer here? Because 5 years, people have conned me.
Yes.
Like I got assaulted at family, arrested and assaulted at New Beginnings.
And
In Plano, police came and interrupted.
And
But
I'm-
for right now,
yes,
what
and
can
I'm
you-
very sorry that happened
what
to
can you do here, man?
We provide referrals and
So you're
resources.
denying me services. You don't want to provide me the services you offer, and you're saying
No, those are the services we offer, and these are the partners that we work with.
okay. So
To connect
this
you
is
to-
what do you do here?
We serve victims of domestic
And the only
violence.
thing that you do is have them go somewhere else with your services.
If shelter is what you're needing, then yes, that is who we refer to. But
I
we
don't know
not-
what you offer because you won't tell me. You're not advocating for me properly. It's like you're conspiring to
Okay, how
violate
do
my
you want me
rights.
to advocate for
I
you?
don't. I mean, I've had to go through this 5 years. Why would you be dishonest? Why would you not help me?
Okay, so
and I feel
at
my
this
safety
point, I
and
don't
safety?
know if. So how would you like me to advocate for you? Why
Are
don't you
you?
tell me?
I don't understand, ma'am, why you just won't be honest and loving and help me and support me and get out of the crisis.
This is the way we're trying to do that, ma'am. And
So you don't want me to know the services you offer here to advocate for me and help?
So these are the services we offer is by referring to our partner agencies, and listed here are a list of those who have better knowledge than
So we
do.
didn't call them, ma'am. I'm not in a safe environment, and I told her that at a hotel stay last night, police came and interrupted.
So because we are
Can we
not,
call the police right now and see if they can place me in a safe environment and
they
meet witness?
they will not be able to do that.
So what do you do? Can we get the FBI on the phone and have an agent come?
Actually, we literally cannot call the FBI.
Okay, so
out
what
of our
can you
agency.
do here
So,
while
okay,
we're
I'm
here?
going to stop you again, and I don't mean to keep interrupting. It sounds like what you're needing is a safe place to be. Is that the?
I want to know what you offer here because I caught the bus here and you are disregarding
not-
and excluding me
okay.
for services that you
So I'm
offer.
going to repeat myself one more time.
This is
and
your
then-
advocate for women that are
and-
fleeing safety and you're being rude?
And I'm trying to help you find a safe place. That is my goal. We do not have a shelter here in which you can
But
stay.
you won't tell me what you do here, and I'm here right now.
What we do is advocate to help get you into shelter, so that's what I'm trying to explain.
Okay, so
to you,
can we?
those
There's no. We
services.
can't go to a phone and then call these locations and make sure that I'm safe before I leave here, so I don't get murdered when I leave. We can't do that in a one safe haven. I mean, one safe place to make sure that I have a place to go before I leave.
You are more than welcome to call.
I want you to call. I don't have a safe phone. I don't have any.
We have a phone you can borrow to call.
I want
Safe
advocacy
Haven.
and love and support.
So
It's not just be told to call on my own.
Those are the options.
Okay, so
right
you
now.
won't let me you won't advocate for me and call and give me the safe environment. You're refusing that. You're refusing a safety plan. You're refusing a safe phone.
Ma'am, I just
You're
told you.
refusing to do a police report with the police and get me in a safe environment.
Ma'am, I just told you the things that we're able to do. I can provide you with a phone to call Safe Haven.
I want an advocate in
And
the
then-
support system. Are you trained on how to help women get out of abuse?
Yes.
Okay, so what
And
amount
if-
of,
So these are the things we can help you with.
so you don't want to help me and you give me information on your training. You're refusing to do that.
Okay. So obviously, no matter what I say, I don't think it's gonna help us right here. So I want to help you in the best way I can.
You're not helping me by giving me numbers and making me call on my own.
Well, that is what we can do in this moment right now. We can provide you with a safety planning document, but that is what we are able to do at this time. If there is something else I can do other than providing you with those resources, which is what we do here, because
You
we
didn't
do
tell
not
me
have-
how to protect myself and not get murdered on the way out when
That's
there's
what
law
I just said, that
enforcement.
we will grab you our safety plan. that
You
we
didn't
go
tell
over.
me what do you do when government officials are involved and they hire every location you go to for 5 years to conspire with abuse and psychological torment.
that is above my capacity, so that is why we
Well,
have
can we get someone on the phone because I've had to endure this 5 years?
I cannot call the FBI
I
And
just don't know if you're advocate why you're not giving me any avenue to escape abuse.
These are the avenues we have.
Okay, let's see what you have. Let's see what
So
you have.
this is
Can I
a
see it?
list,
Can I see
yes, of shelters in the area.
Okay.
Call Safe Haven if you would like to have a conversation with them.
Okay, so
And then we can grab you a safety planning document.
Union Gospel Mission, is that a homeless shelter or?
Yeah, these are some homeless resources.
Okay, open door for women in need.
Okay, so Mackenzie, would you like us to explain what these are, or would you like to just do
Okay.
it with you?
MHMR. Homeless hotline. So this Safe Haven. Can you give me a printout of what you do so I know what you do here, so that way I can utilize the services that you offer here? Union Gospel
We
Mission.
don't have a printout like that. We don't have like a service sheet.
You sure you're not calling me to violence, conspiring to violate my rights?
Of course not, ma'am.
Because
I'm
we
not
haven't got the
safe and
safety
we-
plan, and this doesn't make a lot of
Okay.
sense. If
Can
I'm
you give us a second so we can grab it for you? And then if you would like us to explain some of those things, and we can explain why we.
well, these are women in need, and the open door for women in need. I mean, how do you get out of stalking? I haven't been able to get out of stalking for 5 years. What is? Because it's been a bottomless pit.
At the end of the day, unfortunately, the way that happens is to make police reports, which it sounds like.
Well, let's do that. Let's go ahead and call and do one.
We can't take a police report here on stalking. You would have to go to a police.
No, I mean, I want advocacy. There's
And
police
I can
accompaniment.
provide you with a
There's police
protection order.
accompaniment. Yeah, I'd like to do a protection order.
But because this person isn't an intimate partner,
It has. I have a stranger situation. I didn't tell you if it was an intimate partner or not. Did someone tell you that before I got here?
that it was a stranger online, correct?
No, I had a relationship with them and met them in person.
Okay, so I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
But these
so-
are the resources we can provide.
So now it has changed to, are you sure that you're not conning? Because you said that it was an intimate
Ma'am,
partner.
We do not con here, and I'm sorry if you feel that way, and I don't know how to explain it another
It's
way.
not really making sense
So
because you
what-
said that
so
you
what
have to be
else do you
intimate
want
part.
from us other than what we can do here. We are not lawyers. We are not police officers. So that's why we work with agencies who help with those things. Because
Emergency shelter. So if I'm in a home, I just find out if you have skills and you're advocate on who can help because I haven't found
those are
anyone.
our skills is connecting people with the resources. they
Oh
need.
yeah, these are homeless shelters.
Not
They can-
only homeless shelters. They're also and they can also help you with. Mackenzie mentioned that you had been recently incarcerated. These are agencies that help women get into stable housing.
But I did tell her that I was mistreated in jail, didn't go to court. My life is in jeopardy. There was a hit and run. I'm not safe. But you wanted me to go to a homeless shelter, and those aren't safe.
So it sounds like that's where then we can call the only domestic violence shelter in Tarrant County is Safe Haven, and we can give you the phone and sit in here with you while you call them.
I don't understand why you won't advocate for me. Why I go to Metro PCS and then they
How
play
do you
the
want me to
games.
advocate for you? What
I
does
would
that
like
look
you to help me get them on the phone and then give me the information that's needed for me to get in a safe environment and not just force me
And
to
then
do
I
my
don't-
help myself. And I mean, they do it at Metro.
I don't know
PCS
what,
from my
I
phone
don't
service.
know what everyone's eligibility requirements are, so I cannot.
Well, just the support system. See, you know the number 2 reasons women stay in abuse? They don't have a support system. And if you're a bully, you can control the
And so
support system.
where-
If I can talk, because this is not appropriate, ma'am. If I'm in a emergency crisis, and you won't let me be able to communicate and be loving and compassionate, I did read online that is a requirement for these organizations and not be condescending and abusive. So the number 1 reasons that women stay in abuse is because they don't have a support system and shelter. So if you're a toxic abuser and you enlist the government, you'll make sure that party never gets that. So it can be 5 years and then they still stay tortured and abused. So you can have those environments, bully that person, mistreat them, and then con that it's a bottomless pit where they can't escape abuse for years. Then they have no love and compassion for your child getting hit with a car, someone waiting on it. They sit and let the police violate you and arrest you attending a domestic violence support group. Just sit there at a domestic violence organization. Just sit there and watch it. So then now for 5 years, it is impossible for me to make anyone see that I have value and my children, that we don't need it. So then, because they're enlisted in abuse, they want me to call on the phone and not be supportive because that's sadistic. That's not what advocates that are loving and compassionate do. It's a trying situation to be terrorized by the government and for them to list every environment to trying to check out a hotel room to conspire with their abuse.
Okay.
That's very traumatic.
It is traumatic, and I'm sorry you're going through
But
this.
you're trained and you're advocate, and I like solutions, and your best solution was for me to go to homeless shelters. And then you did not want to advocate for me and make sure that these people are doing their due diligence or their responsibility in placing me in a safe environment.
Again, so we have a certain capacity of what we're able to do.
But you're advocate, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, if you're advocate, I would like to request to be placed in a safe environment and for us to call around. So you want me to force me to call on the phone by myself and not advocate and be a support
system?
system?
We can bring you a phone in here and sit in here while you
Okay,
call.
then let's do that.
And we'll call Safe Haven because that's.
But there's no computer system and no getting around.
Not here. So the way we connect you to those services is finding locations that have those.
Okay,
but
so if
here
we find a
we
safe
do
haven,
not.
do you give me transportation to there, or do I have to find for it on my own and get murdered on the way out, or do you give me
we're
anything?
going. Let's start with one thing at a time.
But I don't know what
So-
you offer here because you won't tell me. If they
Safe
give,
Haven typically provides transportation for people who get accepted into their shelters.
why wouldn't they if my life is in
If
jeopardy?
not,
Are they
there
scamming
is-
so I don't get shelter?
Ma'am, it's a different agency. They don't work here.
But I mean, if it's 5 years, you can't get out of
That is
abuse.
what we can do today for you is to sit here while you call them, and I can even call on my phone and say, hey, this is Jessica. I'm at one safe place.
Right, and this lady hasn't been able to escape these 5 years, was assaulted and arrested at
I'm
New
just-
Beginnings.
they don't
I want to
really-
advocate for her and be loving
Okay.
and do my
They
job.
don't really care about me saying that. They want to hear that from you.
Ever since I got in this, no one cares.
So,
But let's go ahead and see how it
So
goes. I
that's-
can't get advocacy.
that's what we can do today. And after that, our hands are tied because we do not have a facility here for you to stay in. So
But I mean, I don't know. You
resources-
won't tell me what you do here. But let's go ahead and start with that. You gave me
So
the
I
number
will
of the
start with
shelters.
that, and then after that, ma'am, I don't think there's anything else we would be able to do.
You won't
for
do
you
anything.
today.
But we'll go ahead and do the phone. You don't want me to know
Okay,
what
so
you
I
offer.
will do that.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, if you don't want you denying services, then I can't stop
Okay,
you.
I'm sorry you feel that way. So, but if you'd like me to help you with that part, I will.
Okay.
And then I will grab our safety plan, and we will do that. Okay.
Okay, so what you're willing to offer is to get them on the phone, and then I tell them what's going on,
To
and
see if they have.
then you do a
capacity.
safety plan.
And yeah.
But in this, you don't give hotel stays. Give them
No,
the direction.
we do not.
No safe phone. No legal aid. The only thing you do is
We do have we do.
I mean,
refer to-
in-house?
No.
because all the legal aid locations deny me of services. I did inform her that there was
And
child
that's who
abuse.
we work with.
If someone's telling you to do this, they're criminals. There's hit and runs. These people are
So
sick
will
and
you,
sadistic.
do me a favor.
They're
and
sick. These are
grab
con
the
artists. You
safety
report
plan
it.
And the phone. and
They're
we're gonna
enlisting
call
people to
and
commit
then,
crimes.
And
And they're abusive and they possibly murderers.
then we have another intake. Alexa, you can do it if you're not available. So that's what we can do here, and I'm sorry if that is not ideal of what you want from us, but that's the capacity we have at this time.
Well, I just wanted a safety plan and, for the
that's what
bottomless
we're getting.
pit for 5 years to escape abuse. And then
And
you
so
gave me
where
homeless
have
shelters.
Where have you been staying?
I've been in jail on false charges, which was what I was trying to communicate, and bullied and violated in jail and couldn't go to court. I just got out the jail February 8th, yesterday, and then police came and at 2 different locations, so I couldn't get shelter. I stayed at a hotel room, the third one. I've already paid for a hotel room, and then police came and interrupted me from having that hotel stay.
One of the things that Safe Haven is going to ask, this is the domestic violence shelter, right? Who we're going to call,
Which we've already
So that you
established
feel
that I
like-
am imminent danger.
and I'm just letting you know that's something that they might ask. And so to let them know kind of what you shared with me, and then they will make a determination of whether or not they might not even have room.
So is that positive? So is it for 5 years? It's impossible. They don't have rooms
Okay,
and
so
domestic
do
advocates.
you want me to call them?
I guess I don't know why you're depriving me of being a support system, loving and compassionate, and optimistic. Because 5 years I haven't been able to get it for some
Okay, so
reason.
we'll do this. We'll see if that's an option. If not, these are the other options.
The
we
homeless
have.
shelters.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I know isn't ideal, but that's what we have to offer. Okay.
So let me get.
Unless you have a friend or family member you can stay with.
Okay, let's go ahead and call and see, and maybe people will just rack up the felonies for these crimes because conspiracy to violate rights, it's a crime.
Okay.
So hopefully they'll get these charges, and then
Tiana-
coming on property
Tiana
and then
is your-
listing businesses to commit
How do you
crimes.
spell your name?
Okay, so you don't know how to put the speaker on that phone, and we can't talk to them together as a
So
team.
these are the things we're able to do, and I'm trying my best to do them.
Okay.
So what?
Speaker is hard at hotel rooms too. Okay, but you don't actually set up a safety plan because I haven't never had anyone authentically try to help me and set up a safety plan. So you didn't tell me of what location I need to go to report the stalking and get because the government officials
Man,
are doing anything.
I'm not gonna lie, we gotta do one step at a time. This is step one.
Yeah, so for 5 years, I haven't been able to get people to come do the safety plans.
And that sounds very frustrating. And so this
And
is
then
step
I
one.
asked for domestic violence help. We didn't try to get the DOJ on the line or someone to give me a witness
Those are
protection.
things that are
Well, let's call the police. Let's call the police.
Again, we cannot do that, ma'am. There is a police station across the street.
So let me make sure I understand. So you at the safe haven, one safe place, we can't call the police and get have them make sure that they put me in a safe environment.
Cannot.
This is curious.
Do you want me to give you that information though?
What information?
Where the police station is?
No, I don't have advocacy. I don't have the right to advocacy. Police are my abusers, and all the advocates commit crimes with them. To the degree to where they look at them, assault me, and arrest me, and cover for it. When they interrupted me getting advocacy in Plano, all the advocates are calling us.
Let's wait till and then you can speak to this individual to see if they have capacity at their shelter. If not, we've talked about the options of where you can go.
I just don't understand why people repetitively for 5 years commit crimes and lie to me. That's not true. You're being dishonest. Your responsibility is to get me in a safe environment. And not this.
It sounds like there's not much else I can say or do to help in this moment other than
And then to give me homeless shelters and my life is in jeopardy and disregard my son's value as well as my own and my daughter's. We didn't call CPS.
Where are your kids?
Would not report child abuse. They're with the dad. The dad committed crimes to keep me away from my daughter, and there's suspected child abuse in this environment. See, I gave her the letter with CPS covered for the child abuse.
And so that is a CPS matter. Unfortunately, that's why they're in place.
But I mean, if you're denying me advocacy and that's your job responsibility, that's your responsibility not to not commit crimes and conspire with abuse. You have responsibilities if you hear suspected child abuse to do something and not cover for it. And I've had to endure this chaos 5 years. That's why I had to live in a tent. Every location was conspiring with crimes to the side of me getting assaulted and arrested in front of them.
Why were you living in a tent?
Well, I came here to not get murdered and transit. Do you mean like a safe environment and then get my own place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in that because they keep arresting me so I don't have my own apartment.
Yeah, so 2 of the things we wrote on there are specific for individuals
I want advocacy.
who are recently
Yeah, because like I said, the
facing
support system. Are you wanting?
Yes.
Okay. I can't. You have to give me a time limit to get in a safe environment. You have other people that you have to help, and I can't get in a safe environment.
But I do have a.
All other places give me time limits, and I don't get services.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I do have a meeting in 5 minutes that I cannot miss.
So you can help me get in a safe environment, right? Do you treat all the women like this?
So we can call back Safe Haven.
Okay. Because I mean, everyone has something they have to do, leaving me in danger for 5 years.
Okay, so there we go.
Okay.
You did it.
Very good. Hello.
What's your name?
Can you hear me? What's your name?
Kerrigan.
Okay, in your position?
I'm a resident advocate.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm trying to get in domestic. I just got released on false charges. I've had 15 false arrests, and I'm afraid for my life. And they gave me a lot of homeless shelters. I can't get in a safe environment, and I haven't been able to escape abuse years. I showed them information of a gang stalker where I had to live in a tent area because I kept getting blacklisted from all help and services. And I showed her where glass was placed up under the tent. I did a report. They were spraying ammonia. They put a black widow spider in my tent. I had a lot of petty thefts, and I can't get law enforcement.
So, ma'am, remember that this is for.
I'm sorry, I'm talking to her, ma'am. Please, you were pressed for time. So I don't know how to get help if, all these places are conspiring with abuse. I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings. Police came and interrupted me getting abuse, helped getting out of my abuse, and assaulted me and arrested me in front of the domestic violence location in Garland, Texas.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Can we just start with your name though? I just need some general information.
Yes, my name's Kiana Clark.
Can you spell it for me just to make sure I'm spelling it correctly?
Yes, it's K.
Can you try to talk just a little slower, and just tell me on what has you seeking shelter? And you said you are trying to leave One Safe Place currently.
They won't help me here. They're referring each place I go to for years refers me into another location. So there's a blacklist of black pit of never getting help. They want me to go to homeless shelters to keep me in jeopardy at this location. She's not being honest, and I can't get law enforcement to do anything about these crimes that I've had to endure years. She don't want me to know what they do here. She's, like I said, she's covering for it. So I would like to be
And who
placed
are
in
you
a safe
referring?
environment and get advocacy where people authentically want to see me safe and not con and leave me in jeopardy like as they've done 5 years.
Okay, so when was the most recent incident that took place that's bringing you into shelter?
It was yesterday. I went to 2 different locations and the police came conning, giving me criminal trespasses. They had Metro PCS try to set me up and say I was mentally ill because they cut my phone off and would not let me regain this phone number. There's cons and crimes going on with my phone service. So the lady stalked me at Metro PCS, went to Panda Express with me and to Walmart. I called 911 and tried to report her. 911 covered for it. Because stalking is a crime. They played games at Metro PCS and then she stalked me and left in her store and followed me to 2 different locations. Then I went to try to get at a room at Hampton Inn Suites. They conned so I couldn't stay there. I went to Holiday Inn Express, paid for a hotel room online, and then they conned to not give me that hotel stay that I paid for in advance. And I never got the hotel room and still have paid for it and don't have a refund. That was yesterday. Then I saw police at multiple different locations. They openly stalked me and they go to all locations that I try to get help and enforce their abuse and tell those locations to not give me help to escape their abuse, forcing me to have to live in a tent. In jail, I was mistreated, violated. There's child abuse involved, and all these conspirators have me called counterfeits and people that will say they're lying, say they're a fool for 5 years and not give me any support or advocacy. I don't understand why she knows my life is in jeopardy, why we didn't call the police, why she did not get me, someone in person to do a police report, and why she gave me homeless shelters. But I mean, as for what you can do, she's denying services here, and conspiracy to violate rights is a crime.
Okay. I'm very sorry to hear that. I do apologize that you're experiencing all of that. Did the incident, have you been in a domestic violence incident with an intimate partner recently?
Well, when they're stalking, yes. When there's a stalking, they can hire people to do it. So the normal protocol is if someone is stalking you, period, even if it is the police, it's still like a domestic violence partner abuse situation. But for years, people have conned and tried to find catch-22s to deprive me of services. Any kind of way possible.
Okay, I see. Okay, can you give me one moment, please? I'm sorry.
Sure. Once again, who told you that it was an intimate partner? Who told you that?
No, I'm saying that's what.
Who told you that it was not? I'm just trying to figure out who you talked to already to keep saying that it has to be an intimate partner. I did not say that it wasn't. I met this person.
I know, I understand that. It's just what I'm hearing from you.
I'm not to keep once again. I didn't tell you that. So is that I should qualify.
Okay. So let's see what they say, and then we'll go through.
Yeah, if someone told you that it was an intimate partner, that's not acceptable for them to prearrange that you deny me services and schemes. I never said that it wasn't an intimate partner.
Kiana, I don't think anything I do for you today is going to be enough.
I don't know. I get gaslit, man.
So this is what we can provide, and then once we hang up the phone with safety, then hopefully they can help you.
Let's see, man. Let's see, because I want to address why you keep saying it's not an intimate partner. Who told you that?
It's what I'm hearing from you. I haven't heard.
I will hear once again that you don't have all the accurate information. I've already stated this to you. I'm not being heard.
Let's see what they say.
And you want, okay, let me make sure I understand. So you wanted me to call someone that you were going to knew that was going to deny services?
No, I'm trying to help you.
You just said that it had to be an intimate partner, and I told you who told you that it wasn't, and then you said that they probably won't help because it has to be an intimate partner. So that meant that we spent all this time calling people that you knew wouldn't help me.
It needs to be an intimate partner who has put you in imminent danger. An intimate partner can have put you in imminent danger years ago.
Yeah, if I had a false arrest and there's a hit and
That's
run.
what I'm just trying to explain what they're looking
Okay. Yeah, when we have that. As an advocate, you should be aware of that, right?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I've been talking for the time being.
Yeah, because it's more like you're conspiring with it, not helping me. And that is a crime
It
to
makes me sad that you feel that way.
Well, you're not helping me, ma'am, and you're not being honest about the services you offer. Do you have Wi-Fi? And then I can check out your site and see what it says that you offer on there since you won't tell me?
We're not going to be able to do that right now. It's fine.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I apologize. My partner had to go deal with an emergency in the shelter, so I'm going to take over your assessment from here. So can you tell me exactly why you're seeking shelter right now?
Okay, so this would be my third time repeating to myself, to you. Can you talk to the advocate and look? Can you handle the emergency? Can I just come in? Can you have them give me a bus pass or set up for me to come in person, and then we can talk?
I cannot. So we have to do an assessment over the phone.
I'd like to come in person. I'd like to be placed in a safe environment and come over there and talk to someone in person.
Okay, so
can you have them give me a bus pass or set up an Uber so I can get there?
We cannot. So I have to do an assessment over the phone to see if we're able
Okay,
to
what is this I called?
exactly what the situation is.
What's this I called?
What organization do I work with? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
This is Safe Haven of Tarrant County.
So Safe Haven of Tarrant County don't want me to come there in person and talk to you and get escape abuse.
We are not allowed to bring clients directly to the shelter to do an assessment because it compromises the clients that are already here, their safety. So we have the shelter at a non-disclosed location. We do have outreach offices if you prefer to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I'd like to have an Uber come pick me up and I can go to that location to be placed in a safe environment. Or get a bus pass so I can go to that location and get the, this is a domestic violence crisis. And for 5 years, no one has been able to do, and they had emergencies at Salvation Army in Tyler and had to leave. At a multitude of locations, they had to leave me, escape, begging for my life and leave in emergencies during my situation. So I just like to come and talk to you in person. And I don't understand why you're depriving me of an Uber or bus pass or any kind of avenue to get there and talk to you in person and be safe.
Because unfortunately, it's not a service that we offer.
It used to be. When it stopped? When did it stop? When did people stop being considerate for women that are in danger, in imminent danger?
As far as I'm aware, we have never provided bus passes for clients not inside the shelter.
You do provide help to get to the safe locations in the shelters if you're not scheming so that person don't get help. I'm not safe. They commit crimes on buses, and I get. Are you going to help me here to get to Safe Haven? Okay, she's not helping here, but I want to talk to you to get to the safe location.
I'm more than happy to take information over the phone to see.
I don't want that. I want to meet in person. I want to meet in person.
Okay.
I like to that way. I know that I'll get placed in a safe environment because I haven't for 5 years.
Okay. I'm more than happy to direct you to our outreach office where you can speak to someone in person, but the shelter.
Yeah, that's what I want, the outreach office, and then we can get on the phone, and then maybe so I won't have to spend another 5 years for this bottomless pit to never get help and schemes, catch 22s. So if I can get to that location, and then maybe we can just keep going. Maybe there's a hotel room they can put me in, or find someone on the planet that they haven't been able to find for 5 years, to where I don't have to live in the street, afraid for my life.
I think she's trying to give you the address.
Ma'am, she's interrupting again. She doesn't want me to get help. She's covering for abuse and gave me homeless shelters. But what I want to do is get an avenue to be able to get there safely. so I don't have to keep
Ms. Kiana,
traveling on the
I'm
bus. My life
happy
is
to
in
discuss your
danger.
options with you.
I
I'm
would like to
happy
get
discuss
to a
your
safe
options with
environment. I
you.
would like to have an Uber pick me up so I don't have to be terrorized on leaving and get stopped by police like I normally do. So I'd like you to set up an Uber or for me to get to
I
that
cannot.
location, from this one domestic violence location to another one. So I don't have to be terrorized when I leave like I normally have been for years.
I cannot order you transportation at this time. That's not a service that we offer. What I can offer you is I can get some information and kind of give you a referral from there. But at this point, I have no information to go off of.
Because used to be, if you needed to be in a safe environment, they called you help and got you transportation. Now they don't.
Okay. That is not a service that we offer. We do.
Okay, well then
assessments over the phone.
there's people that do provide that service. There's a company that used to help people get to one safe location to another. Can you call around and
Yes,
figure out what location that is?
That is a company called Families to Freedom. They
That
do
is
require
it.
that you have a spot saved before they will transport you. And in order to save your spot, most places have to complete an assessment. We are one of the agencies that requires an assessment. So if you'd like to complete an assessment, it would have to be done over the phone, and I kind of have to see the situation based on the information.
Okay, so what happens for years is the government has con artists set up on the phone. So they let the con artists on the phone take the fall for the crimes they're committing. These are really bad people, trust me. So what they're doing is they have already defrauded me out of funds, so they con, knowing full blown well no one would believe the scheme, that the only way on this planet for years that you can do anything is on the phone, forcing me to speak with their con artists. Because on the phone, you can't see who's committing the crime. In person, you can. So the con is that you can only handle business for 5 years, so the criminal on the phone don't get the charges for the crime they're committing, because this is criminal. So you have to handle it on the phone so you don't have evidence of my felonies I racked up for years. So now with the con for years is that only thing that you can do is call on the phone to get denied services for 5 years. So I'll come in person because I want people to start racking up these felony charges. I saw the police bullying Parkland staff to commit crimes. People are forgetting that these are felonies that are racked up. To release someone in abuse and then con for 5 years to keep them in danger?
A screening in person. For our agency, the only way that I can screen you for shelter is over the phone.
There's a place that you can go in person, but you don't want me to go?
I don't know if it's a different agency where I don't know what their policies are.
For your safe haven, there's a location that helps, and then there's a location for shelter. So with your con now, there's no way I can go in person to talk to anyone.
You are more
to get
than
resources.
welcome to go to the outreach center, but they do not screen clients for shelter at the outreach
Right,
center.
but I mean, I should be able, if at the outreach center, it shouldn't be impossible for them to call and get someone to help me get shelter if they're not committing crimes. I mean, people need to rack up the felonies. I mean, enforcing people to call criminals on their phone. Who am I giving my information to? Who am I giving my information year after year? They've even had me give social security numbers out.
Okay.
So anyway, I'll go in person, but you're saying in your con, there's no way I can get Uber or any kind of shelter to get, any kind of avenue to get to that location. I have to get on the bus and then have to endure other cons before I can get help. Is that what you're saying?
I can provide you with resources if that's what you'd like, but that's the only thing I'm going to be able to assist you with right now. So would you like some resources for shelter?
I'm asking if I just want to make sure it's correct that you're depriving me of any Uber or any resolution to get a ride there or to get in a safe environment. So then I have to travel on the bus.
At this point, we're gonna have to cut this conversation. Okay?
You can't help because I'm in danger. And I can't get help. Everyone has appointments for 5 years, leaving me in jeopardy.
We're both trying to help you right now, but neither Safe Haven nor
I thought that your responsibility was to let someone get out of jail, that save their life, and not go to other apartments that interrupt them saving their. This is the woman that's doing it right here.
Okay.
These are the people that's committing the crimes. I don't know if she really works here.
So Kiana, at this point, I don't think there's anything we can do to help you in this moment. So if you can please hand me the phone, and we're gonna end the conversation, okay?
You didn't do anything to help. That's why I'm recording you.
Thank you.
This is the other lady. They've been doing this years.
Okay.
And then she gave me referrals to homeless shelters.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I know you got to see it to believe it. It's not funny. It's sick.
Okay.
I don't know if she's saying she's a CIA or who she is.
We can in this moment to help you. So
Can you help me? I'm trying to escape a domestic violence situation that the government's involved in.
These individuals.
Let me give you my YouTube channel, Kiana, Keyana, Clark, Clark, Peace. And what the government does is they send people out to bully me and mistreat me. There's child abuse involved. My son had a hit and run. I'm in danger. And I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings in Garland, Texas. So these people are dangerous and corrupt. They've been torturing me. I had someone pulled a gun on me, put it up to my head and pulled the trigger, and police would not do an investigation. So this is not normal behavior for all these people to think that it's funny and keep me from being safe. This is who's setting it up.
Hello, ma'am. What's going on?
For years, I've been trying to get out of a domestic abuse situation, and these people cover for my abuse.
Okay, come talk to me.
And I think that you guys are behind it, and then you're prearranged and prepared to enforce crimes that you set up.
So,
What's your badge number?
3952, Corporal Yates.
Yeah, so I can't get in witness protection. I told
Come
them
over here and
that.
talk to me.
I can't get in witness protection. I was assaulted and arrested at New Beginnings in Garland, and I think that you guys, Keyana, Keyana, Clark, Clark.
Can you repeat what you said?
They interrupted me at hotel stays yesterday.
CIT
I couldn't go to
220.
court.
Can I get another unit downstairs?
So now they have to, he's trying to set me up.
I'm trying to set you up for what?